Hi guys, it's me Karen and welcome back to the channel. And we're doing part 2 of the Magical Dawn by Hanna Karlzon's page we were started yesterday. We're working on the bee page here, so the big gigantic flower. That took me a long time to do, so if you're going to follow along with this, give yourself a day to do the flower itself. It took me that long. So it's finished, and the center is finished, and then I did add right in the center here a little bit of the pink down into the center underneath the little balls here and around the little bees. So that's done, and if you'll notice I did one little leaf up here. So we're going to do the leaves in that kind of pattern, and they are just 3 colors. So we have the moss green, which is 1097. We have the green ochre, which is 1094, and the putty beige 1083. These are the 3 colors that I'll be using. And I'll go ahead and do a couple more of these little leaves for you to look at, and then we will work on the little bees. So I'm going to get the camera down and we're going to work on the, how about the little leaf up here at the top. And get that done. And they'll all be done the same way because they're the same leaves. We're going to start off with the moss green here. And the first thing I do is kind of block off the center stem here with this pencil, just so I can color that all in one color like this one. Now how I did this was we just went up one of these little spikes here and just brought the color down to the next one. Brought it out from the side here, darkened it up down here on the bottom of this one, and just kind of brought it out lightly. We want to make it as dark as we can on the tip, so there's a little more pressure put down there and a little more on this side. And we go up a little bit here on this little vein type thing here. So we'll do this bottom one too when we're here. Okay, I'll do another one and then I'll show you how we get the rest of that done. So how are you all doing? Our weather has changed here again. It's supposed to be June, and now it's just pouring down buckets of rain. We had a little thunder shower, which is always interesting. I don't like thunder. I love to look at lightning. I think that is awesome. I like to watch it, but I do not like the sound of thunder for some reason. You think that would be the other way around, because thunder can't hurt you other than your ears, and lightning can do major damage to you. But I prefer it from the lightning. Okay, I'll do one more of these. I want to get it dark up here on this side too. And then this last one here. It's just the opposite on the other side. You're going to go down. on the opposite edge, but you're still going to leave it kind of like that. Okay, then we just go in with the Putty Beige, and we're just going to go over that color and bring it all the way up to that line. Like that. And then we're going to go in with the green ochre. We're going to follow this line up again, making that the darkest area. And then pulling it out to make these areas darker. And just touching those tips too. And just play with it until you get the darkness you like. And then we're going to add a little of this in here too. Okay, I'm going to add to the stem the moss coming up, leaving a space for the putty. And just use that to blend in any of the colors. And this one at the top needs a little piece of paper under it. Just so I can get the tip up here. Without coloring the other page. Okay, and then we'll just do the other side of the leaf here. So going down again with the moss green first. I'm going to get enough of that color there so you can blend up the last color. Oops. Things sticking all over the place here. I have to hold this page down. Forgot to do this part. I'll get this done here too. Okay. Putty Beige. And go back in with the green ochre, darken the side of the vein. A little hard to do when you are up at the top of the page. I'm going to add a little bit more of the moss green here. And just play around with it until you like the shading. A bit more of the moss green in there, just under that. And there we go. If you want to get it still a little darker in the center there, just add a little tiny bit of black, like right in the crease here. We're also going over that line just a little bit to make it look a little more like a vein that's coming out and not something we just covered up. Okay, and we're going to go back over that black with a little of the green ochre. Just blend it out a little bit. And there we go, another leaf. We'll be doing that on the rest of them, but I'll do those off camera. You don't want to sit here for hours watching me do leaves when you want to see the little bees done. Let's see, I'll pick this little guy up here, I guess. We are doing him in blues. So we have indigo blue, 901, slate blue, 1024, and I am This is Sky Blue Light, and I don't know the number of it, but it will be down in this description box because it's in a sleeve and I can't pull it out. So, with the indigo blue, we're going to go ahead and map out our darkest spots on this little guy here. So we'll go in this area first, and then pull some of that down, and probably down here. Boy, this is one of the most close-up shots of a flower and a bee. It goes from one edge to the other off the paper half the time. Okay, so we put a little of it down here and blend it up. Okay, and do the same thing on this side. Okay, now I have to figure out how much of this I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and put some of this in this area here and lighten it up. Okay, so this comes down this way. And this way. And then our little body here. Hold on a moment. Okay, my phone is acting up a little bit there, so I had to turn that off. So sorry. Notification that you don't want to deal with. Okay. Now we have little swirlies here too, and we're going to map some of this out. It's kind of like this purple ones in the center of the flower. You don't want dark next to dark. You don't want light next to light. You want to be able to see it, so you're going to have to nap it out a little bit so you're not just making it a solid color. Just so you like it. So if it's behind like 3 of them, that would be your dark spot. You want some that are dark at the top. You want some that are light at the top. So just do whatever you like. So that part's done. Okay. We didn't fill this part in. So I want to do that. Just so I don't forget. the little loops here are going to be colored in black, so I don't have to be too worried about coloring over them. I don't want to color them completely because I want to be able to use black on them. But I want them to have color underneath. So I'm going to get some in there. And we pulled this down. This wing's a little shorter than the other wing. To the flower there. Okay, now it's a little face. I'm going to want a little of it back here. Okay, and on his little antenna up here, okay, same with his little feet. Okay, and he's got the most interesting eyes, doesn't he? I'm not sure what should be what color, black or what. Okay, so far that's what we've got. I have to decide on these little blops here are going to be black, so I guess these little guys have got to be blue. Okay, and his gem in here. We're going to go over these little ridges. Something like that. Okay, we're going to bring in the slate blue, sharpen it a little bit, and then we're just going to blend some of this out into a lighter color here. I'm not going all the way down though because we have another color we want to put in. These little things will not get the lightest color. They're too small. And bring it up. Add a little in here. These also will be black. Those will be black. These will be black. This will be black. Okay. So everywhere we put the indigo, we're just going to go over and add in a little of the sleep blue. Okay, gonna shake out my wrist a little bit here. The gem, we're just gonna add in a little of that also. And then the other side over here. Sorry, just kind of concentrating on matching the other side. Okay, so there we are. Now, I'm going to pause the camera just for a little bit, take care of that notification, and try to find myself a little bit bigger pencil than this one. I think I have one. Hold on. Well, I looked and nope, I could not find it. So we're just going to have to deal with this one. I did take it out and sharpen it. So what we're going to do is just go over the other colors that we put down. Make sure they're blended nicely. And just bring it in. To the very center. Like that. So we go around and do that on every piece again. You kind of get the gist here, huh? We are going to leave a little of this gem without any color in it. So I'm going to put white in there. So, what are you all doing in coloring books? Is there any coloring book you're enjoying now? Thought I would do a page in this book only because I want to get this book finished at some point. And I thought, gee, it's only got one flower. We can do this page. Didn't dawn on me how big the flower was until I started coloring it. Because it was one big beast. Okay, now we're going to go back through these with a very sharp indigo pencil, so I have to sharpen that. When my pencils get this tiny, I sharpen them with a Staedtler Metal E sharpener. I do it in the graphite section and just stick it in and hand crank them. That's how I used to sharpen my pencils before I got my can I get that under there? This one? Okay. Say hi. It's the Doll 133 sharpener. I love that thing. Okay. So, we're just going to go in with the sharp point here and just define our darkest blue areas. We'll also bring in a little black in here, but I'm going to get all these little spots reed colored. Black. He's around here on my desk somewhere. I want to get a sharp point on that one too, so I'm going to sharpen that. And then we'll just go in the darkest areas and add a little black in here. Excuse me. Just where it's the darkest areas, and just kind of just barely touch it, and then blend it out into the black. If you want to define a line like that one, I just go down it, trace over it. Okay, I told you these are going to be colored in black. You can either do this with the pencil or you can do it with a pen. If you're doing it with a pencil, you have to put pretty hard pressure on here. So go around all these little guys. I'm going to do one side of it. And then if you need to, just bring in your blue and go back over those lines. Sorry. All these get done. You want to be careful on the loops. These little guys are going to get some stickles put in them, so you just want to get them black. Stickles look really pretty on the black. Okay, you get the hint that all these little empty spaces here are going to be colored in black. I was going to do these off camera because you have to put a lot of pressure on this and it's kind of fine detail. I'd like to get down a little closer to it, and I need to take breaks in between it. But I'll get the one half here hopefully done. These little guys, they just kind of go under them first and then just loop up. And if they're not the exact shape, it's okay. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller. We'll do these two. Put stickles on those two and they'll look really pretty. So I'll just finish those. I'll get his eye done here. I'm going to use both of these as his pupil. And then we'll put in a Posca for highlight. I just like them since they're so big. Might as well have big eyes, right? And we'll do the blue here. I'll put a little blue in here too. Well, we'll go straight in with the light blue. Just blend that in. Okay. And these loops. I'm not sure about this. I think I'll do that in blue. This one will be done in black. These guys. And if you want to darken those little ones here, just go around them in black. Okay, that's about all I can get done here. So off camera, I'll finish the rest of this, the black on here, and then we will finish up his little shell, or shell stone that he has here. All I'm going to do is take a little white and let's see how I put lines in here. It's just our shine. You're going to have shine here, but those are going to be done in Posca. And you get a little bit of a glow in his little gem. It should be rounder than that though. So we're going to bring in some of the sky blue light and round that out just a little bit. There. Okay, I'll finish up the black and then we will be back. Okay, black is done, and we got a few extra little pieces here. I think I'll do this one with the dark blue up here. Down here. And the slate blue come in. And the sky blue light. Okay. I'm going to go in with the slate blue here and just kind of go around this area. I can always bring in the indigo if I want to get it in darker. Kind of give that a softer touch there. And these little guys here needed some color in them. Then we'll go in with sky blue light. They're really close. You might see a little difference in it. Just a little indigo around this gemmy holder, whatever you want to call this, and darken that up a little bit more. Same thing down here. There. Okay, promised you we get little dots in his eyes too. So let's do that. Let's see. There we go. I have the two last pieces here. We'll just put a little white in there and blend those together. If we want a little extra highlight on any of these areas, you can go over it in white. And he's cute. As bees go. The other guy is going to be done the same way. His gem is a little different, but it's still going to be colored in the same. These will be colored in black out here because they'll look good with stickles on them, but his wings and everything will be done the same way. So I will finish that off camera along with the leaves, and then we'll come back and do the background. See you in a bit. All right, I got the other bee done. I've raised the camera because we're going to do some inking on here. I want it to kind of blend in with this side of the page, so I did. This picture on this side was not done on film. There is one with bottles on it, and it's just kind of, 3 bottles. So I figured I'll do that one on my own. The background one's done in both of these colors. So vintage or Victorian velvet and dusty concord. And just for an FYI, if you wonder why I never capitalize the words when I give you the ink colors, it's because Tim Holtz never does either. They're always in lower cases on every single one of these distress inks. So I just go with his flow and do that. So I have a sponge here. I'm going to double check it when I ink just to make sure what color is on here, because we did it with both pink and purple. So I want to get some of that purple off and just get pink on here. Yeah, that is interesting. So it still has some purple in it, but that's okay. What the heck? I'm just going to go in here and blob down some color in random areas. There's not much of a background here, but there is some. So I will get the kind of illusion of the same background. We just blob down some of the pink, and it doesn't matter if it blobs. I'm not going to be that picky today. Besides, we're going to blob some purple right on top of that, so if it does a circle like that, I don't really care. We're also spraying water on it, so some of those darker areas are nice. Take this one off and add the purple one on. Dusty Concord goes along with this purple Victorian velvet goes along with this. So we're just gonna go right over that ink and blend the purple right into it. Get some purple in that corner. Like I said, the background is not that big because the flower is. Yeah. Really, it took me all day yesterday to finish the pink part of that flower. So, just be warned. And I did it a petal at a time, so. Okay, there we got pink and purple background. We're going to get a washcloth and a spritzer bottle and just spritz away and pull up. Nice little splattered effect. I don't know if you even see that. But we're going around and just doing that on the inking and getting a nice little and see what I mean by it didn't matter if we had a big blob because we're wiping up some of this and you won't even notice it was there. There we go. Cool. That's good enough for that. Just want to make sure you got all the water off of it, and you're going to let that dry before we go on to the next step, which is putting the paint splatters on. And I'll go ahead and film that in this video. I get a lot of questions on it, and I do it in the same way in every video. So what I'm going to do is let this dry, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, we're back. It's dry. And what I meant by what I said earlier, I'm going to bring this down a little, is I use the splatter in almost every page, not that I put it in every video. So that's why I'm doing it. Because it splatters around a lot, and I don't like the mess it makes, and I don't want to get it on the camera that I'm filming with, which is my phone, and I don't want to get it on my microphone and all that kind of stuff. So I usually take it someplace else to do, but I will do it on camera so you can see how it's done. I've already put a little acrylic matte white paint on here, and it's just a blob. I'm going to leave it aside for a second because I forgot I was going to put Stickles on this, and I want to do that prior to putting down the paint. So we're going to do that now. Stickles is also a Ranger product, which is the same as the Distress inks. They are Ranger. Ranger is a subsidiary or a company that Tim Holtz works with, and these are his products. So I don't know what this is. I believe it's a diamond glitter, but I'm not sure it's the same one I used on this page. So I'm going to use it on this page. And I'm just going to go around and put it in areas on both of the bees and maybe some out here on the flower. So we just make sure it'll run out, and we just, can you see? We're going to start down here on this side. These circles here, I'm just going to draw some circles. They may not be perfect, but that's okay. We'll put some in these little things. Now I'm using Stickles because I like the sparkle. As glitter glue goes, this does dry flatter than most. It does not dry flat. But I don't have a problem coloring over it on the other page. So I'm just dabbing it where I think it'll look pretty, or where I've left an area for it. And all these circles I did not color in, and you can fill them up with the glitter. You could also, in the black, go around and put little dots in if you like. It's all up to you how you want to decorate your little bug. I mean, you don't even have to use this if you don't want to. I like it, and the whole book has got it in it, so I just tend to go with the rest of the book. Obviously, we're doing the same colors in it, so we might as well keep all the glitter in it also. Now this will take some time to dry, but I can do the paint while it's wet, as long as I don't stick my hand in here. But with the splattering, we don't even get my hand down near here, so that's always good. Okay, I think that one's pretty well done. Scoot it down here. Try not to get my arm in that paint. And we'll do this guy up here. Is he in the camera now? Watch is going to talk to me now. So on this one, I left a lot of the black to be covered up in the ink, or the Stickles. So you can see a little bit of difference between it going down on blue and going down on black. If you get a little mistake, it is glitter glue, so you can scratch it off with your finger. That there. We have some spots down here. When you're doing this, you want to make sure that you have a place to put your wrist. Many a times I have put my hand right in and had to redo the glitter. Not fun. There we go. Maybe we'll put some in there. See, I just stuck my hand right in it. Put some up here too. Which means I have to put some on this guy. All right, fix the little blob I messed up over here. All right, don't touch it anymore. Well, should put it in the flower. On all those dots, I'm not going to do it. All right. Get the camera back up. There you go. This is on a arm above my desk. And I just lift it up I'm going to put a little spritz of water on there because I want to thin down the paint. So I'll put some paper up here on my desk so it doesn't get all over everything, which it will anyway. It doesn't matter how you cover anything up. So I just mix it. So it's really kind of thin. And then I just take it over here and we tap the brush and it splatters. The paint. Fill it back up and redo it. Try to cover up some of those little dots here that are in the flower. This goes wherever it wants to. It's not like you can actually you know, try to get it on those dots unless you paint it. I like the random effect. I like it on everything unless I'm doing it on a face. Then I will cut out a picture and place it over it and do it. Then the dots won't go where the paper is. So if you load it up with a lot of paint, you can get big fat drops, and if you keep going and tapping it, you'll get thinner dots and tinier ones. And you just go until you think you have enough dots. Sometimes I go a little crazy and put on more dots than I should. But I have fun with it, so I'll try to get a few more in the center. All right. And like I said, if you want like one right there, just add one. So wherever you think another dot would be, and if you want to put a big one in, put a big one in. No biggie. You can do whatever you want. It's your page. I think that looks okay. Maybe a few more right down here. This paintbrush has been used a lot, so all the paint on the arm of this keeps chipping off. But there we go. We are finished. And it goes nicely with the page on the opposite side. And if you wanted to throw a few more dots on this side, you could too. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun doing it. When it dries, you'll be able to see those shiny stickles a little bit better. And I will take a picture of it and leave it at the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And thank you for subscribing and giving me thumbs up if you want. Have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye now.